Okay, I'm in my jammies today. We needed to get this done so we can get back to school, online school. So I have two mason jars, two quart-sized mason jars here. And right now, just for the experiment, so we can see inside, we're gonna have them see-through, but once you're done with your collodial silver, you'll want to wrap something around it. You can either, like, I don't know, put a sock around it, cut it up and put it around it and just kind of have it cover it, or you can tape it, or you can color it, you can paint it. There's lots of options. So to start out with, I'm gonna need Jacob to come over here. Okay, so I will start out with it. We have our distilled water here. You wanna use distilled water. And so we went ahead and removed the safety seal. And these have been washed, cleaned, and then we want to fill them up. About how full do you think for the?
Fill it up to right about here.
Where?
Near the brim, like maybe an inch down. There you go.
Okay.
We are going to use this to tell us the parts per million in the distilled water. So if we put it in there, and I'm guessing hold. I have never used this before.
Don't stick it in too much, dude. You get the electronics.
I guess it's 0, or I don't know. I have never used it before.
Well, pause it for a minute. I have something upstairs you can test.
Now I am.
Okay. So this is a collodial silver I bought online. I was trying to make it a more parts per million than what I purchased. I was going to try to evaporate it. So right now it's at 400. So from what I read online, this is not what they claim to be parts per million, but we will find out if this, to stick it in there and.
I want to just see if it's, oh, it is apparently.
Don't stick it in too far.
Yeah, 242 parts per million. At least that's what this gauge is.
Good, that's actually what I bought, so. I'm trying to make it 500 parts per million, so I'm gonna see if it evaporates down to here.
Okay. So.
And see if it changes the parts per million, because that's what I read online, one of the 2 ways to making more parts per million. And so with that, I'm gonna see if I can't.
We will see if that works. That should work, because the silver isn't gonna evaporate off, hopefully.
Yeah, and I have it up in the closet, so it's nice and dark in there in the back of the closet, so. Yeah. All right, I'll put it back up then.
Okay, so what we are going to do now is we're going to use this, which is we're going to do our first method is going to be using a variable power supply. So first we're going to use this. Came with a kit, but you could probably make one yourself. It's just a plexiglass thing that fits over the top.
Okay. And then this one is a little pre-built, what would the name for be? Power supply?
Ionic, like.
Yeah, so basically collodial, it comes.
Not that, yeah, there you go.
It comes, it just runs like a power supply. It does have, how many volts we tested it? Like 24?
64.
Oh, okay, 64 volts. So this is a different voltage. We're going to run this at a lower.
Well, lower. We're going to run this at the lowest amperage we can get.
Okay.
At however many volts it wants to.
Exactly, but this one doesn't have a way to monitor or regulate it, but we're going to try both. So we went ahead and we bought the silver online. It actually comes with a certificate that shows that it's 99.99% pure, because we want to make sure that we don't have any like partial purity. And so we got the actual certificate that shows its authenticity and what it's made with. And so we went ahead and we're using this on both methods today.
And yeah, this one just uses straight rods.
Yeah, and this one uses the curly rods.
Yeah, the mounted.
Do we want to put them in there right now?
Yeah, why not? So, first you might as well set that upside down after that. But first, yeah, it takes a little bit of force.
Okay. First what?
Oh, first we're gonna do this one. So we're going to use a air pump to put air, like to make like a constant like bubbling, stir it up. And this one we are going to use a stir thing that
It'll go inside the
Yeah,
water
it
and
just
then it'll
stirs.
stir.
So we might as well put that in there now.
Okay.
All of this stuff was washed off beforehand. So we're going to first put the silver in. So we're gonna put a clamp on there and put it in, and then a clamp on this one and put it in.
And from what I read on the internet, 60 parts per million is a pretty good for at-home making of collodial silver. So we'll test it when we're done and see what each one makes.
And then we are going to grab this one, this hose, or the air hose, and we're going to put it in one side. Let me just, yep. So we're going to put it in one side. And one thing you do not want to do is
Have the hose touch the
rods, and
So you might need
or the
something to
rods
hold it
touch
up.
the walls. Yeah, there we go.
Okay.
You want the rods to be near the middle and not touching each other. So we're gonna do that, and I'm gonna go plug in the air pump,
Okay.
and that will.
Is that too much, or can we turn it down?
That is the lowest this pump will go, but it'll make some air. It'll probably make it slowly. It'll probably dehydrate it faster, so it gets more parts per million.
There you go.
Who knows? And then we are going to turn on our power supply. And right now it is doing 32 volts
All right. Well, you can.
at like 0 amps. Okay, so that is doing 32 volts, pretty much its maximum.
Do we want to plug this in somewhere?
That plugs into this actually.
Okay. That's not where it plugs in at?
At the back, that plugs in.
Okay.
And then we are going to turn this on. And that should, let's get this a little bit more centered.
Okay.
And that should be working. Let's just make sure it's not touching any sides. That should be spinning up. Now this is running at 32 volts. I do not know what that is running at, or the amperage of either one.
Yeah. So
But-
we'll kind of let it go from here.
Yep.
You want to
we will.
put the lid back on the tester?
Yeah, I'm just waiting for it to dry off.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you can leave it off then some more if you want.
Yeah. And
Still waiting for
So-
Max. So Max is off. He's in bed, but we have a cat.
so we are going to let this sit for a few hours.
And come check on it.
Yeah, and come check on it.
Okay. Be on this side?
No, you can be over here.
Okay.
So this is about 4 hours in. This has been running, and as you see, it has that cloudiness. These build up like a layer of stuff on them, so you want to clean them off every so often.
We took a paper towel already and cleaned it off, so you can't see that right now. But
Yeah.
we'll show you next time.
Yep. This one seems either lower voltage or something, and it's not giving off as much stuff. So this one is a lot lower of parts per million than this one.
Tell them how many you tested it to for.
This is about 28 parts per million. This is about 7.
Yep.
So it's,
And we've
it's
been
quite a
running them
bit
for
of
the same amount of time.
Yeah. Oh, maybe a few minutes off. But.
Yeah. All right. All right. So we have our 2 things, and they've been going since.
Early this morning for about 9 hours now.
Okay, so for about 9 hours. According to Jake, this one's still. So we're gonna call it good on here.
Turn it on. The top bottom one, yeah.
And this is actually 9.
It was 7 when I tested it last. It's not perfect, but.
Okay, so that one's 9. And this one is, how do we turn it off? Okay. Okay. This one is super cloudy. That's 22. And it hasn't moved much in a while, so we're gonna call it good tonight.
Yeah.
And clean it up and filter it, and we'll kind of go over that here in a little bit.
And what you do for the rods is once in a while they'll get dirty and stuff. All this stuff gets dirty since it's in this solution. But you just wipe it off, and it usually just comes right off. You just wipe it off. There was a lot of dirty stuff on here. But
yeah, you can see the sediment down here, so.
Yep.
All right.
you can see on this too, the hose here. It's all on the outside, but there's a little bit. If you look, there, it's literally just a straight line of sediment and stuff.
You can see the particles moving around in that one, but the other one's so cloudy.
Yeah, I think once we filter it, it might be a lot less cloudy.
Because in this one, I can't see it bouncing off particles, but this one I can.
Maybe there's so many particles in this you can't see it bouncing off either way.
Yeah. That's weird. Okay. Well, we'll see what we do when we filter it.
Yep.
Okay.
It is filming. So we are going to filter this through these.
Not yet. Let's do one at a time.